What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Coulton Woods, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Learning from the Experts. And today I actually want to talk to you about something that has been nagging at me in the back of my mind for quite some time, about something that I saw on Dan Locke's ad. So here's the deal. I know how frustrating it is as an entrepreneur to waste countless hours sifting through wannabe experts who never actually helped me in the end. Then to learn years later that there was an expert who really could help me 100 times faster than learning it on my own. I have created this podcast to save you time and money while taking you on a journey with me as I learn from and interview real experts who can actually help you grow your business. My name is Coulton Woods, and you're listening to Learning from the Experts. All right, now if you don't know who Dan Locke is, he's actually like a YouTube sensation, but he has a program of what they call high ticket closers. So he essentially teaches people how to close high ticket programs or just sales in general. And so very sales oriented, but he's huge on YouTube, very big following. And he's been growing like crazy. Actually, just over the past year, he's been just exponentially growing. I was actually looking into a bit of what he was doing in the past few years. And honestly, it hasn't really been too long since he started even doing YouTube videos and talking about high ticket closing. So he's grown and gotten big pretty quickly over the past few years. But I was I was looking around at him, I must have gotten an ad or something that I had seen on Facebook. He was targeting me on an ad because I was looking at his stuff probably. But I was looking at this ad, and I love seeing the haters comments like on ads or just even different programs, like different things. Just I love seeing them because it helps me kind of understand like their mentality and also like what's going on in their head. And I remember looking at this, and there was a couple of them like, "Oh, he's a scam. Like, this is dumb." And I'm like, man, I've met Dan Locke. Like, I've met him in person, and he's actually a pretty cool guy. Like, he's chill. Like, I don't. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. And he's in the ClickFunnels area. He's in Russell Brunson's inner circle. Like, he's in that area. And so I'm like looking at this, and I'm like, okay, well, I know he's not a scam. I've seen his stuff, and like maybe they're, it's so funny to me how people can like just perceive something as a scam. And a lot of times they haven't even done anything with it or even looked at it. But one of the there's a lot of hater comments on there. And I remember I even like commented on it. I was like, oh, that's weird that he's making a lot of money and you aren't. Like, like, come on, guys. Seriously? Like, I don't know. I think it's interesting that a lot of them just aren't even, probably struggling in life that comment all this negative stuff. And I'm like, well, if you're just going to keep commenting all these negative things on whatever, people that are being successful, I don't see you getting too far by doing that. Maybe you should look into what they're actually doing and figure something out, And so I just think it's funny because I like to see what people's thoughts are and like, kind of what's going through their head when they post on there. And I also kind of like making a little bit of a rise. I'm sorry. But I kind of like giving a little bit of a rise and commenting some not conversational, some controversial, man, I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. Some controversial stuff on there just to see what, people say, because it's kind of funny to me. And so I was just kind of mentioning like, man, it's interesting that he's doing well and you're not, or, he's making money and what about you? And then somebody posted on there and I was like, what the heck? That is like, I've thought of this, but like, it was so night and day on that post. I wish I had it. I wish I could pull it up. I should have screenshotted it or something, but, yeah. Anyway, so on this guy's comment on the Dan Locke's ad post, he said, it's interesting to me because people are willing to spend $30,000 on a vehicle, but yet complain and cry and moan about $300 on their mind, like spending $300 on something that's going to increase them as a person, like not something physical or, that you get like a car. Like you'll spend $30,000 on a car, but you won't take $300 and spend that on something that's going to help you become better in your own, like in the things that you're doing, or, learning. You won't spend $300 on learning something. Like, it's so interesting to me. I see it all the time. They're like, oh, like, that's too much money, or I don't need that course. I already know it, but then they're okay with going and spending $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 on a vehicle that gives them no intellectual like property, and it's just, yeah. So it surprises me that so many people are willing to spend that much money on a car, but they won't spend that much on something that's going to increase their knowledge to help them make more money, to help them be more successful in whatever they do. Yeah, it's just, so this is going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast today, but that was kind of like eating at me. I'm like, oh, I need a podcast about that, because it's so true. Like, I've seen so many so many business people like want to increase their business or become better or do more, but then they're not willing to spend a few $100s for it. Like, they look at $1,000 like, oh, that's way too much. Like, what's it going to give me, But in reality, they're like, they don't even try to figure out the ROI on it, like, oh, guys, come on. I don't know how to say it anymore, but if you're struggling in your business, it's worth money paying an expert to figure out how you can increase your business in areas that you're lacking or failing at, because you can find experts that are so well versed in that area of what you're looking for in your business that it would take you years to become that good at it. So why are you trying to become that good at it in years when you can hire somebody that is that good at it already and help you blow up in that area and overcome that part of your business? There's so many experts out there that can help you. And even just every stage of business that you go through, Alex Sharfin is the man when it comes to how to go through different, or what you need to do system wise and company wise and just entrepreneurial wise, even what you need to do in every step of the business. And every step's different, like 0 to 30,000, 30,000, 300,000, like 300,000 to $1 million, $1 million to $3 million, $3 million to $10 million. Like, those are all very big transitions in your business. And you need to start doing things differently in your business in order for it to work. Your business will fail if you don't do it correctly, or if you don't do it at all. If you keep trying to run your business like it was when you started and now you're at $1 million a year, like, that's not going to work. You have to figure out different systems, different things. James P. Friel is another man when it comes to systems and different things on how you can create those systems for your business that will free up a lot of time and also help your your employees do better on that. So that's just a quick, shorter episode today. Think about what you are spending money on, what you value more than other things, and how much are you spending on your intellectual? Like, how much are you actually learning? I've gone through this before. I've done phases where I'm like, I'm focused more on, buying something that doesn't really do me anything other than buying a car. But when I focus on things that, actually help me become better myself in intellectually, that I can be better in my business and understand things more and make more money that way, then, oh man, it's so much better that way. But I've gone through the spurts. I've gone through the different times as well. I used to hate learning growing up. I used to not hate it, but school was not my thing growing up. I did not like school at all. Which is, yeah, it's sad. But now I'm I literally, sometimes I go through a book a week, just trying to, cram it in there to get more stuff and I always try to always be learning the things that you're you're needing at the time. Like, don't go read a book. Don't go, try to learn something that doesn't apply to what you're doing right now, or doesn't apply to the thing that you're focusing on your business that's going to help you get to that next point. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys, and thank you very much for listening. And you have gone through another episode of Learning from the Experts, and thank you so much for following, guys. Are you looking to jumpstart your business by learning or getting help from the real experts? Go to learningfromtheexperts.com to find pre-approved experts that I've handpicked for you. Please don't forget to let me know how I'm doing by subscribing, rating, and leaving feedback.